First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and a sincere salutation to Yakim and Yaquat that believe in all sincerity. This video is going to be entitled "In the News." Okay, and I saw a couple articles that I wanted to speak on. The first one, as you see here, this advocate says simply accepting T people isn't enough. Here's how you can become a stronger ally and resist anti-T rhetoric and legislation. Okay. So, you know, the T people, okay, the alphabet people, are saying that simply accepting them is not enough. Here's how you can become a stronger ally, okay, and resist anti-T rhetoric and legislation, okay? And there's a video on that if you want to check that out. This is a Now This News, okay? And, truth be told, they're pushing this, very hard, okay, on the population, okay, the alphabet people, okay, and now they're adding the T to the end, okay. These transformers are saying that it's not enough to simply accept him, but they're offering ways, okay, to be a stronger ally, okay, and resist anti-T rhetoric and legislation. And the thing is that, truth be told, okay, if the alphabet people, were to grow in mass number, what would happen to the population? Okay. Well, there wouldn't be any population, okay, because the Heavenly Father made male and female, okay. Matter of fact, we could start there, and you got in these days you got pronouns, that people go by. They refer to themselves as pronouns. It's not just male and female. In this type of society that we have to accept. Okay, and the T people are calling for, for you to be a stronger ally, okay, and how to resist anti-T rhetoric and legislation, and all that's a bunch of mumbo jumbo. This is what Yahweh Bashim Yahushai created, and we can look in the scriptures, Genesis 1:27. So the Most High created man in his own image. In the image of the Most High created he him, male and female created he them. Okay. So what's this thing about, we have all these different genders, what's this thing about, being an ally, for the T people and okay. And how do you, resist anti-T rhetoric and legislation? Okay, and it's easy. That makes no sense. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai created male and female, and everything else is madness. People and the scriptures speak about men cutting off their members. Okay, that's an abomination. But you got T's running around. Okay, and that's how you know that this is a spiritually Sodom in Egypt. It's Revelation 11:8, and their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom in Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. Okay, that great city is America. It's likened into Sodom in Egypt. Sodom for the Moism, and Egypt for the the oppression. Okay, the slavery that our people have had to endure here. Okay, and Yahweh Bashim Shai is very much crucified here. Okay. They push a white Messiah, which is contrary to the scriptures. Okay, and people say, well, what does it matter? Well, for truth's sake, okay, because scriptures say no lie is of the truth, and really Jesus is a whole nother God, okay, that allows everyone to come as is, okay. And a lot of churches are accepting the alphabet crew, and that's wicked. That's an abomination. So we're not here for to be an ally, okay, or learn how to you know withstand anti-T rhetoric and legislation. That's how society becomes weakened. Okay, when the people start getting into all this freakism, and that's an ensample. Sodom and Gomorrah is an ensample to those that live in such manner. 2 Peter 2:6, and turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemned them with an overthrow. It was overthrown, them cities. Okay, Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighboring cities, okay, was condemned and overthrown, was destroyed, making them an ensample or an example to those that after should live ungodly. Okay, and you got this. It is time for us to all speak the truth. These vocalists have staged an opera centered on a T protagonist for T Gender Day of remembrance. Their vision includes cultivating a more inclusive, encouraging atmosphere through their altruistic rendition. Okay, basically, vocalists use opera to honor T Gender Day of remembrance. Okay, so, people are wickedly exercising themselves, okay, and their vain imaginations. They're deceiving themselves. Okay, but enough of that. I want to go to another article, and it's none other than Kim Kardashian. All right, so what it says here. An ironic inversion of gender roles. You see? Let's look at this word inversion. What does inversion mean? Inversion definition.
Inversion.
Right. Well, let's see. Reversal. Wait, we'll read the first one. Number 1. The action of inverting something or the state of being inverted. Okay, some of the synonyms is reversal, transposition, turning around, turning upside down, reverse, contrary. Okay, right, reversing things, turning them upside down. The scriptures say, woe, and let's see, turning of things upside down. I think it's in Isaiah. Right, Isaiah 29:16. Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding? And that's what the the Edomites. Okay, that's what they're doing. Okay, nowadays they're turning things upside down. Okay, you see the opera. Okay. Let's see. Vocalists use opera to honor T Gender Day. Okay, that's turning of things upside down, man. Having a legislation towards T genders is upside down, and that's what Esau's doing these days. Okay, but let's go back because Kim Kardashian, check this out. An ironic inversion, right? Or reversal, right? It says here similar reversal, turning upside down, right? In an ironic inversion or reversal of gender roles, Kim Kardashian has been named one of GQ's 2023 Men of the Year. You see that? Specifically earning the title Tycoon of the Year. Read more. And you can read more. All right. Kim Kardashian is one of GQ's 2023 Men of the Year. Look at her. Dressed in a shirt and a tie. Eating some Cheetos. How about that? Okay. Kim Kardashian, Men of the Year, 2023. This is Deuteronomy 22:5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment. For all that do so are abomination unto Yahweh thy power. Okay. But again, this is what Esau Edom does. Pushes all this in society. You got this woman wearing a tie, looking like a man. She's the Man of the Year on GQ. She's a female. See, but we read up above about T-genders and whatnot. That's being pushed. Okay, and I don't know why they're crying about, anti-T legislation when, they're pushing it. They're pushing it heavy. Okay, a lot of people came out of the freaking closet as of late. And look at her with her Cheeto fingers. See? And that really don't even look like her. Okay. Let's get this. This is Jeremiah 31:22. How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For Yahweh, Bashem Yahshai, hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. Okay, now, when you go into this word, let's see. Inversion, right? We just looked it up. Inversion of gender roles, meaning what? A reversal. Okay. Here it is. GQ is basically saying that she's handling business like a man. Okay. She's in the position of a kind of role, you see, over men. That's a men's magazine. They put her on it. You see that reversal? And we read about turning things upside down. Okay. As is one of the phrases here, as you see. The thing that is framed is saying to him that framed it, which is the Most High Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, that he had no understanding. Okay. The Lord knew what he was doing. Okay. And women ain't supposed to be in the role of a man. Okay. Neither are you supposed to be cutting off your members. Okay. That's just a truth. This is abomination. It says, how long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For Yahweh Bashem Yahushai created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. Okay.
Strong's H 5437. Savav.
Let's see. There's a saying in the world There's a saying in the world, okay, that when somebody runs circles about you, that's one of the difference for compass is a circle. Circles definition. This is meaning if you run rings around someone or run circles around them, you do something much better than they do. You see that? Check this out. The idioms to run rings around someone or to run circles around someone are interchangeable. Okay? All right? To run rings around someone means to outpace them, to outwit them, or to best them in some way. Okay? And I guess that's what they mean by putting her on the cover of a men's magazine. Right? It says here, ironic inversion of gender roles. So somehow Kim Kardashian is, I guess, showing the world, what a man should do. She's Men of the Year. Okay. This is a new thing. Okay. This is a new thing in the earth. Okay. The man was created to lead. Tells you that in Genesis. All right. This is Genesis 3:16. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. Your husband shall rule over thee.
Strong's H4910.
See that?
Mashal.
To rule,
My
have
shall.
dominion, reign. To rule, have dominion. To cause to rule. You see? So, this is new, okay? For a woman to compass a man, to really encircle him, run circles around him, okay? And we looked up what that meant. It's a saying in the world. To outpace someone, to outwit or best them in some manner. Okay? Check this out in the NLT. In the CSB, how long will you turn here or and there, faithless daughter? For the Lord creates something new in the land. A female will shelter a man. You see? How will a female shelter a man? Seeing is that, women need help. Okay, when all hell breaks loose, that's gonna be shown. It's funny, you got all this independent feminism crap being thrown around, but in all reality, no one calls a feminist when all hell breaks loose. Okay, and that's gonna be seen. Jeremiah 31:22. How long wilt thou go about? Salat. Isaiah 3:12. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. You see, and this is the new thing that is being seen. Women are ruling over men, and they're showing it to you right there. At the GQ magazine, Men of the Year. Oh, my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err and destroy the way of thy paths. And who leads? Okay, Israel right now. Okay, none other than Esau, Edom. Okay. His work is esteemed as the potter's clay. He's the clay, okay, trying to tell the potter, which is the Most High, what to do and how to do it. And that he had no understanding. And this is off, okay, because you got children, okay, that are disobedient to parents. You're seeing that, this generation, a very, very disobedient generation. You see that in social media everywhere you go. These kids know something the parents don't know. Okay, and women are ruling over men and the children, right? They're Xing out the man's role. You see, the man's the backbone of the family. The scriptures say that the man established the foundation, but a woman uprooted it. You see? I want to go into one more. Okay. I want to go into this. There's a lot of reading, so let's just get into it. It says here, judge declares mistrial for officer involved in raid that led to murder of Breonna Taylor. Listen to what it says here. Judge declares mistrial for officer involved in raid that led to murder of Breonna Taylor. They're telling you right there. You know, sometimes you just gotta, take it for what it is, man. You know, the news is they're forthright. That's the word. You know, they're forward. They're especially when it comes to Jake and being racist. You know, scriptures say that they speak loftily concerning oppression. So let's read this. After the jury failed to reach a decision, a judge has declared a mistrial for the officer facing federal civil rights charges over his involvement in the raid that killed Breonna Taylor. 47-year-old ex-officer Brett Hankinson was charged with using excessive force after he fired 10 shots during the raid on Taylor's home, using a so-called no-knock warrant. He didn't hit anyone, but some of his bullets entered a neighbor's apartment. That's his role. Hankinson was initially charged at the state level and acquitted in 2022, but was soon slapped with federal civil rights charges brought on by the Justice Department. In this federal case, the majority white jury sent a note to U.S. District Judge Rebecca Grady Jennings saying that they could not reach a verdict, but she compelled them to keep deliberating. They were not able to make a unanimous decision, causing the judge to declare a mistrial. You see, trust and believe that these Edomites, they back each other. Okay, it's always been like that. Okay, I think the totality of the circumstances may be beyond repair in this case, said Jennings. They have a disagreement that they cannot get past. Hankinson could face a retrial, but it would take enormous resources, said lead federal prosecutor Michael Songer before the mistrial was declared. That's interesting. The federal prosecutor said that before the mistrial was declared. A mistrial is not an acquittal, said Taylor family lawyer Lonita Baker, and so we live another day to fight for justice for Breonna. Okay, now, just a little backstory. You can find this on the Wikipedia, Killing of Breonna Taylor. Okay. Breonna Taylor, a 26-year-old Black American woman, was fatally shot in her Louisville, Kentucky apartment on March 13, 2020, when at least 7 police officers forced entry into the apartment as part of an investigation into drug dealing operations. The Louisville Metro Police Department officers Jonathan Mattingly, Brett Hankinson, okay, which is the officer that was acquitted. Salakia, that they had the mistrial, right, in this article. And Miles Cosgrove were involved in the shooting. Taylor's boyfriend, Kenneth Walker, was inside the apartment with her when the plainclothes officers, okay, they did a no-knock warrant. So they had plainclothes and they didn't knock. All right. Knocked on the door and then wait a minute. It says here, let's see. Right. It says here using a no-knock warrant. You see that? As you see right here at the top, they used a so-called no-knock warrant. Okay, well, you see there could be a discrepancy in the information. The officer said they announced them. Wait. Okay, we'll start from here. Kenneth Walker was inside the apartment with her when the plainclothes officers knocked on the door, right? And then forced entry. The officer said that they announced themselves as police before forcing entry, but Walker said he did not hear any announcement. Okay, in this article, it says they used a no-knock warrant. So that's up to, there's no clear evidence on what really happened. As you can see, it says, but Walker said he did not hear any announcement, though thought the officers were intruders, and fired a warning shot at them. The shot hit Mattingly in the leg, which is one of the cops. Okay. And the officers fired 32 shots in return. Okay. The Esau is ready to use a gun, man. 32 shots. Walker was unhurt, all right? But Taylor, who was behind Walker, was hit by 6 bullets and died. During the incident, Hankinson moved to the side of the apartment and shot 10 bullets through a covered window and glass door. According to police, Taylor's home was never searched. So they never even searched it. And this guy, Hankinson, moved to the side of the apartment and shot 10 bullets through a covered window and glass door. Whether he was outside or inside, that's like, what did he do that for? Continuing on, Walker was charged with assault and attempted murder of a police officer, which was Breonna Taylor's boyfriend, but the charges were dismissed with prejudice a year later. In June 2020, the LMPD fired Hankinson for blindly firing through the covered patio door and window of Taylor's apartment. In September, the city of Louisville agreed to pay Taylor's family $12 million in reform police practices. Cosgrove was determined to have fired the fatal shot that killed Taylor, and in 2021, the LMPD fired him. Further, in September, a state grand jury indicted Hankinson on 3 counts of felony first-degree wanton endangerment for endangering Taylor's neighbors with his shots. In October, recordings from the grand jury investigation into the shooting were released. 2 of the jurors released a statement saying that the grand jury was not presented with homicide charges against the officers. Yeah, they were fired. Doesn't sound like they were arrested. Several jurors have also accused Kentucky Attorney General Daniel Cameron and the police of covering up what happened. On March 3, 2022, Hankinson was acquitted of the endangerment charges by a jury, in Kentucky versus Hankinson. Okay. Let's see. Let's go back. It says, on August 4th, Attorney General Merrick Garland announced the Department of Justice was charging Hankinson with the unconstitutional use of excessive force that violated Taylor's civil rights. Hankinson's federal trial began in October 2023 and concluded a mistrial in November 2023. And that's where we pick up in this article. But I guess he was acquitted of state charges. So the Department of Justice slapped him with some federal, as it says here, federal civil rights charges, right? As it says here at the top, okay, by the Justice Department. Continuing on, it says, 3 other officers, Kyle Meany, Joshua James, and Kelly Godlet, who were not present at the shooting, were federally charged with conspiracy, obstruction of justice, and civil rights violations for conspiring to mislead the judge who approved the search warrant on Walker's house, then covering it up. Godlet pleaded guilty to 2 counts of conspiracy. So something definitely was amiss, all right? The killing of Taylor by white police officers and the initial lack of charges against the LMPD officers involved sparked numerous protests with supporters adopting the motto, "Say her name." These protests against police brutality and racism were concurrent with the ongoing Black Lives Matter movement across the United States. The civil unrest was exacerbated when the grand jury was not presented with the option to indict the officers with the homicide of Taylor. You see? So They did not indict the officers with the homicide. Okay. And one guy was acquitted of state, was slapped with some federal charges, and now they declared a mistrial. You see? So let's read one more. Let's see. And you can read this when you get a chance, especially when I bring up information like this to the Spirit, it's good to read. Okay, for yourself. Okay, so I wanted to read. There was a certain something. Bear with me. Okay, here it is. Two of the jurors, released a statement saying that the grand jury was not presented with homicide charges against the officers, you see. Several jurors have also accused Kentucky Attorney General Daniel Cameron and the police of covering up what happened. You see? On March 3rd, 2022, Hankinson was acquitted of the endangerment charges by a jury in Kentucky versus Hankinson. Okay? Because he went, I don't know, it says here they went to the side of the house and fired 10 shots that went through the neighbor's house. What was that for? Interesting. He was acquitted by the state and also by the feds. Okay? None of the officers were charged with the homicide. They never searched the house and she ended up getting killed. I guess her husband was supposed to be, her man was supposed to be suspected of selling drugs. Okay? And at end, as it says here, a mistrial is not acquittal, said Taylor family lawyer Lonita Baker. And so we live another day to fight for justice for Breonna. Okay? That's the point. That's the point. There's no justice to our people. We're under the curses, no doubt. But I mean, what happens to these Edomites? Nothing. Let's get this. Zechariah 11:5, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty, and they that sell them say, blessed be Yahweh, B'Shem Yahshai, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not. You see? And, what is protesting going to do? Protesting ain't going to do nothing. People get together, and for Black Lives Matter, but hey, that's of men and it comes to naught. Okay? That sparked numerous protests, but that's to no avail. Okay? And those people that lead those protests, man, they have no idea that, Jake is under the curses. Okay? Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. Do they not say that when you go to court and you beat a case? The jury reads the verdict and it's not guilty. Now, a mistrial is not an acquittal. Okay? But nonetheless, there's no justice. They served supposedly a no-knock warrant in plain clothes, and she ended up dying. And as we read, they didn't search the house. And so it's very interesting, what happened in that situation. Blessed be Yahweh, B'Shem Yahshai, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not. That's what Jake believes. And they don't have no leaders. Okay? Their leaders don't pity them. And Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton and all these, hey, they're sellouts. Okay? And they're linked into the system. And we already know what the system's pushing, the T-genders. movement, women to rule over men. It's just madness in America. Okay. But this was in the news. I thought to bring it out. Lord willing, you were edified. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Ruach HaKodesh. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and a sincere salutation to Yakim and Yahweh that believe in all sincerity. Shalom.